Moonbot's here.
I know.
We're going to feature one of his questions here. He wants to know what area is going to be improved, guaranteed, this year.
Right now, buddy, the Yanty. That's what I'm looking at. No, I'm just throwing you a bone. No, I do love Jaquez Yant's development, obviously, but I think the offensive line is going to surprise a lot of people. That's been an area of concern, but I think they're going to put things together right now. And if I want to double up on that, I think the special teams is another area that's going to really show a lot of improvement in. You get those two things fixed. Looking back in the couple of previous seasons, you get those two areas fixed. You're going to turn around that win total and start getting them into the positive. So that's what I'm very excited about. And when you see Bill Bush out there doing his coaching with special teams and stuff, he's a pretty special dude and has a very special attitude that you love to see from a football coach. So that's the kind of cool thing that I've noticed about the whole thing is with the coaching staff changeover and everything, that they've added some really fiery guys out there that demand a lot out of their players. And you've kind of seen some of that happening here. We're not talking about Casey Rogers here, but maybe on the offensive side of the ball that some people have decided that they don't want to put the work in for the demands that the new coaches have. But that's a good thing. It's positive, and the players that have bought into it are behind it 100%, obviously.
The last time we saw Marquis Stepp was, of course, at the spring game, and I don't know if he ever got
hurt.
back.
He got hurt. He
got hurt and never got back in the game.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Do we have any idea how severe that injury is?
I don't think it's too bad. They haven't said anything. Obviously, since spring ball ended, and then they're not obligated to talk about injuries after everything's been over with, and there's no media access. But I don't think it was too bad. It just in my opinion. So more of a precautionary thing that they didn't want him to go back into the game. But unfortunately, if you're talking about that running back room and Marquis Stepp, that what you've seen over the spring is that I think you saw a 3-horse race come out of the spring. Obviously, with the incumbent Ramir Johnson coming back, did his thing that he usually does, and then like we talked about with Jaquez Yant, making dropping 20 pounds, 20 or 30 almost pounds, and a guy that's already pretty fast. But he added a lot to his his endurance and his overall strength. And then the newcomer Anthony Grant, who you saw shine in the spring game with a big 63-yard touchdown run, and a guy that's really opened a lot of eyes up all spring, is that you had that running back room kind of come into that 3-horse race right there. And then you had Marquis Stepp, who, he was there and he was poised to be right there with all three of those guys. And then, like we said, he got hurt in the spring game. So, it makes him take another step back. And unfortunately, his career has been kind of up and down, since coming out of Indianapolis and going to USC as a high 4-star ranked running back, and then transferring here to Nebraska and hasn't had much of a chance to get on the field. So we'll see. I mean, it's competition, and these guys, that's what they do. They compete, and the best man always going to win out the job for what's best with their team.